All right, we are live here, and it is Tribe Talk Tuesday. I am super pumped to be here with you and ready to dive in tonight because we're going to be talking about how to grow organically in your business completely without any paid advertising whatsoever. So as you're hopping on here with me, let me know who you are and where you're coming in from, and I'd love to give you a shout out. And if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and comment #replay. Now, if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Paul North with TribeNetworkers.com, and I help entrepreneurs, network marketers, and online people attract your tribe using online strategies for more leads, more sales, and ultimately to create that lifestyle that you love and really get that time freedom, spend more time with your family. That's what you're doing this for, right? So let's get you there. So I'm going to bring the goods tonight and share with you a few things that are going on in my world right now that can really help you. But let's dive in here. So we're going to be talking exactly how to grow organically and the importance of this conversation tonight, because it's really about the Q&A of this, right? You've have questions, we've got answers. So let's talk about this. So my question for you on this live tonight is, are you growing strictly organically? Are you using organic and paid strategies? Or are you primarily using and building most of your business with paid strategies? It's a mixture. I know a lot of people do a mixture of both, including myself, but I do know that you can grow completely organically if you want to and be wildly successful with just doing organic strategies. So let me know again if you're hopping in here. Let me go ahead and check to see what's going on here. And Natalia, we've got you on, my friend. Great to see you as well. Wonderful and lovely to have you here tonight. So Natalia's been following here for a few weeks, as we've rolled this out. So Natalia, again, great to have you on here. And, if you don't know, we go live here every single Tuesday for Tribe Talk Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, we're going to be talking, like I said, about organic strategies, and my question for you was, are you growing organically, paid, or are you doing both? And I definitely do a combination of both. You can be successful in either one or both. And so there's definitely effective ways to do both, and there's ineffective ways. But because we're talking about organic, let's talk about the 3 things that you need to know to successfully grow organically in your business, all right? So here's the thing, is the first thing, and hey, Angeline, good to have you on, my friend. The first thing that you need to grow organically is this. You have to clearly identify who it is that you're talking to, right? You have to clearly identify who it is that you're talking to. Now, this always hits home for me, but when I share stories and share analogies, it seems to drive the point home more. All right. Because here's the thing, there's that saying, if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. All right. You're talking to no one. But, you remember probably in school, all right, whether it's elementary, middle school, or high school, it could have been sports. It could have been drama club. It could have been the debate team. There's always these postings, right? In school, in the hallways, maybe it's in your classroom. Join us, this year for our debate team. Think you'd be a good debater? Join us, after, 3:30 p.m., in the study hall or whatever. Think you'd be interested in trying out for football? Go ahead and join us, tonight, 4 o'clock, in the gym. South Hall Gym or something like that, right? Each of those messages speaks to a different person, a different prospect for that activity. Not everybody was into music. Not everybody was into drama club. Not everybody was into football. That's why you had your different sections, right? And so for me, it was cross country, it's choir, and then a few other things. And, now looking back, I try out for even more things because I'm like, the more involved you get, the more exciting life is, right? So it's just about knowing who your tribe is. And yes, Natalia, I'm right there with you. And even though I've been doing this for a few years now, I believe that we're never really a master at anything. We're always the student, right? Mastering things. And we can always be professionals. We can always be close to that master status, but I believe there's always room for improvement. So yes, and I think you're doing wonderful. It's just about really just going that distance. But again, going back to our first thing here, we want to clearly identify who it is that we're talking to. So you've got to know who you're talking to. You can't sell steak to a vegan. You can't sell, going out for football to somebody that, is wanting to do, whatever else. Maybe they're wanting to do basketball, right? So know what it is that your prospect is interested in, because when you do that, then you're going to be able to reach the masses more clearly. The second thing is this. Now, let me ask you a question first. Have you clearly defined who you're talking to? If you have, drop it below. I'd love to know if you've got that mapped out. If you do, awesome. That's perfect. Now, here's the second thing is you want to be clear about finding out where your perfect prospect is hanging out. And this is a lot of where people in the beginning, especially in the beginning, learning organic strategies, struggle with is finding out specifically where people are hanging out. And once you get used to like exactly where it is that people are hanging out, you're going to become more adept. You're going to become more skilled at connecting with people, and there's different ways to do it. You can do it through groups. You can do it through Messenger. You can do it through your own Facebook page. You can do it through your own business page, and even do it through private groups, right? You can even do it through your blog post, all right? So there's a lot of different ways to do it. And even with your website, build organically and drive traffic to that, right? So this is all about making sure that you're connecting authentically, connecting with people with where they're already hanging out. You don't want to be in a place where people are not, because the most important thing is to get eyeballs to what your message is. Because here's something major I've learned in the last few years. It doesn't matter what content you create. It doesn't matter how amazing you are. It doesn't matter, even though I think you're amazing, it doesn't matter how great your stuff is. You can create all these freebies. You can create this course. You can create like this webinar. But if people don't see it, you're a dead duck. So you've got to get in front of those eyeballs. So you got to know where they're hanging out. Now, the third thing is consistent conversations. And I'm just looking at my notes here because I don't want to leave anything out for you. Okay. And hang here to the very end, because I do want to make sure that you're aware, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, aware of what's going on this week, so we can hook you into more organic strategies. All right. But the third thing is consistent conversations. Consistent conversations are huge. And for you, what would you say is consistent in your world? Is it daily conversations? Is it every other day? Is it a few times a day with the same person? How would you define consistent in your business? Now, for anything, for content, for conversations, everything is a certain kind of conversation. Now, I want to put this out there because you might have an aha moment with this, because, I was reading just yesterday, in fact. I'm going through a new course, and I'll let you know how it goes. And if I absolutely love this course, I will recommend it to you. If I don't, I won't recommend it, because I want to make sure that what I recommend is going to work for you, because it's working in my business. All right. But I read something yesterday that was really profound, and it talked about conversations, and it talked about different ways that we have conversations with people. We can have conversations like this where I'm talking with you live one-on-one, and I have you here directly on here with me now, or whether it's on the replay, right? For evergreen content. My mind races at 100 miles an hour. My mouth can't just spit it out fast enough sometimes. So that's why you'll see me just stumble, is because my mind is like thinking like 100 miles an hour. So if you have that issue, let me know if you can like feel my pain here, because I'm like so excited about what I'm talking about sometimes. But here's the thing. We have conversations, with each other one-on-one with lives. We have conversations with each other through Messenger, with even our, posts on Facebook or on Instagram. Even if you write a post and people just see it and they don't respond, they're having a conversation in their head. Because, yeah, Angeline, thank you, my friend. Yes, and I love that you said that. My mind races sometimes too, especially when I go live. And I don't know why. I just get I'm not nervous whatsoever. I'm just really excited and passionate about what I'm talking about. And I'm just like, I just want to just spit it all out there sometimes. But here's the thing is this content that I'm going through right now, the book, it really talks about when you put a post out there, and even if nobody responds, think about this for a second. because I had an aha moment with this. I'm just trying to always empty my cup. And so when someone's reading your post, line for line, they're going, yep, nope, yep, I agree with that. Yep, I agree with that. Yep, I agree with that. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not going to respond to this. No response, right? But then you can post the next post, all right? And it can be, yep, I agree with that. Yep, I agree with that line. Yep, yep, that really gets me excited. Yep, yep, yep. And the whole post, line by line, sentence for sentence, is yes, 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 yes. So the person's really excited. Your prospect's really excited. Now they're really engaged. They're like, man, I completely resonate with everything that Angeline's saying here, or everything that Natalia is saying here. So I'm going to drop in my comments here. That's what your posts are meant to do, is truly engage with people and get them to respond and get all those yeses, to get as many yeses as possible that they agree with you. Now, there are times that you do want no's. Absolutely, right? You want it to be all no's. But there are most times when you're writing a post that you want people to be, yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. You want them to always agree, but you want, there's going to be posts where they're going to be like, nope, nope, I don't self-sabotage myself. Nope, I'm not a follower, I'm a leader, things like that. But we're all followers in some ways and leaders in other ways, right? So that was the point of that post, is that we're always having conversations. And, with yourself, even if you don't realize it, as you're reading people's posts and you're on social media, even if you're quiet as a mouse and you're not saying anything, you're having those conversations up here. And so this took me to a whole different level of thinking about copywriting, because it doesn't matter how many funnels okay, trust me on this, okay? I can build funnels like the back of my hands. Like, I can put together some badass funnels, all right? But it doesn't matter how amazing your funnels are. It doesn't matter how you can build an email list, how amazing your website is. If you can't write good copy, or in plain terms, if you can't speak in a language that someone connects with, right, at the heart, then it doesn't matter how amazing you are at funnels. It doesn't matter how amazing your website is. All these things, because it's not going to get people to connect. And all you're doing right now, especially if you are just learning to do organic strategies, you have all these puzzle pieces in your mind. And I know this because I've been there. So if you're freaking out a little bit thinking, oh my gosh, how does he know? I know because I've been there. So this is why it's really important to listen to your upline or the people that have come before you, because I know, I've been there. So it's amazing the clarity that you get when you look back and you can say, you know what, my message wasn't clear. But if you're struggling with prospects reaching back out to you or not connecting, a lot of times we're up here, but what's here and how are you connecting with your prospects? What are they struggling with? What are their pains? What keeps your prospect, your Sally, your Mary, your Sue, your John, your Dan up at night? And why are they looking for you as the solution, right? Because here's the thing. It's the heart. And Natalia, yes, so true. If you can't connect, everything falls apart. That's it. And you know what? What's amazing? We have all these tools and all these resources in front of us. We have online strategies. We have the internet. We have webcams to be able to connect through anywhere in the world. All right. All these digital tools, all these things to help us, email us. But at the end of the day, like social media, everything still comes back to tried and true, connecting with a human being, having a conversation, getting people to know who we are. And I try to make sure, I do make sure that I go on here live at least twice a week. All right. And I announce to, as much as possible when I do these lives, hey, I go live every Tuesday. Here, my Monday ones, they can be anytime, Mindset Monday. But my Tribe Talk Tuesdays are always Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you know where to find me. And that connects with my email list because I want to email my list so they know where to find me. But it's still the same thing. It's no matter how much we get like really good at the tech stuff and announcing the times and stuff, it's still about that human connection and that emotion. It's really important for people to get to know us and who we are. And the best way to do that is through video, because they can see you. You can see me, right? You can, a picture speaks 1,000 words, but man, a video, if a picture speaks 1,000 words, a video has to speak like 1,000,000, right? Would you agree with me? I mean, a video has to speak 1,000,000 words. So imagine like how people connect with you on a different level. They can gauge your excitement. They can gauge if they feel that you're a good leader. They can gauge if they feel that you're authentic with them, right? So all these things in a video are in just a short amount of time. I mean, you can gauge from behind me, just my surroundings. You can gauge certain things from that, from my voice, from my tone, from my eyes, right? Video is so important. And so it's not just the words that we say, but it's how we say those words. It's how our eyes connect with the words that we say. Even my hand gestures, just notice like I can't talk without my hands. Like if I put see, it's weird. Like I put my hands behind my back. I just like instantly froze for a second because I'm like, this is weird, right? I talk with my hands. I don't know if I'm part Italian or whatever, but speaking with my hands is super, super important to me. I try not to go too crazy because I could, but speaking with my hands is big for me. So did you get value out of this? Because, being able to create those 3 pieces to grow organically is absolutely important. And if you're looking to grow more authentically with organic strategies, okay? Now I've got this pop-up blog here. I'm just going to put up my banner really quick. And it is tribenetworkers.com/grow, where you can actually go for a short time only, okay? Through the end of this week, into this weekend, I'm leaving this blog up here for a short amount of time. And it's going to have everything you need to actually get involved in our group that we're running right now, okay? So if you're watching this now or on the replay and you're curious, so we're running what's called the Post to Attract Training Challenge, which is running from yesterday through the 25th. It doesn't matter when you join. If you see this and it's like 2 days later, 3 days later, just like hit me up. I will get you connected. It's not too late, all right? So here's the thing. What I'm giving people that join me, this workbook right here. So this Post to Attract Dream Guide Builder workbook, okay? Now inside, what I've done is I've included like what the topics are that we're covering. On the next page, the days, what's going on with the days, what specifically is being covered. Then inside what you get is actually you meet the trainers, okay? Kat, Brandy, a little snippet on Fran right there. And then, all right, because I'm going to put my money where my mouth is right here, right? So you've got day 1, day 2. So there's like 5-6 days here. But basically, define your mission as day 1 here, okay? And you can see there's a note section. There's an action section down here below. I put it together and I'm doing my own homework that I've created from the workbook, like where it goes and everything. Because I'm a firm believer that we're never done learning. And even if it's the same training, there's always a new message to be gained. And you can better believe, I think this is the 3rd or 4th time I've taken this training, maybe the 2nd or 3rd. Feels like I've taken it a lot of times, but probably from different trainers as well. But there's always something you can learn. And taking the notes, I promise you, there were several new aha moments that I had personally as someone that's more intermediate advanced into the organic piece, right? So yes, definitely a valuable message, right, Natalia? Yes, in a workbook. So yeah, if you are in the training and you want access to the workbook, just let me know. I can get you that link. Don't have to worry. If you want to, it's through my list, but if you want to unsubscribe right after, that is totally fine with me. The biggest thing is I want to make sure that you get the value from the training, all right? Because to me, having a dedicated place to put it all in one spot, like this workbook that I've put together, is really important. So like for me, I'm going to show you one more thing that I did too, okay? So here was my post here. This is my mission statement that I did with my picture in the group. And the reason I attached it is because I want everything in all in one place, because I want to show someone I've done the homework, and I keep doing the homework because I'm getting in my own mind and what it does for you. Yeah. And thank you, Angeline. I appreciate that. It is a powerful message, right? I get in my own head, and what that does is it causes a dialogue when I do the homework and I'm looking at, okay, she said this, or he said this. And what is the impact of that message? What can I gain from that this time? What can I gain from that message this time? And I tell you, for somebody, okay, let me go back to that page here because I don't know if you've looked that closely, but for somebody that has done this for a few years, I mean, those are my notes. You would think that it would take maybe a couple sentences because I've heard it all before. I'm still a student. We're all students for life. The moment we think we know everything, oh my God, God help us, right? It's important to always be a student. And if you are a student for life, drop the word student, or you're like, heck yes, I'm a student for life, and proud of it. I'm proud of it. And I'm super excited, even if I'm in my 80s or 90s, to keep going and to keep learning. I am always excited. Now, this is totally off topic, but one of the things I'm a student of lately is classic movies. Like, I'm talking like classic, like 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, like with Humphrey Bogart, Rita Hayworth, Betty Davis, oh my gosh, there's so many. George, I can't remember, but there's so many names out there. I'm like, that are faces popping in my head from classic movies. So I'm a student of classic movies right now as well, and really excited about it. And what I've been really into is Hitchcock movies lately. So Rear Window, North by Northwest, Dial M for Murder. These are a lot of classic Hitchcock films. So if you love mystery, suspense, these are amazing movies for you to watch. I promise you won't be disappointed if you love true suspense and mystery and drama and things like that. But I mean, talk about being a student of like culture, times, understanding how people thought back then. It was really cool. So, all right, so let's check it out here. So Angeline, you said, I'm a student for life. Love it. Natalia, totally proud of being a student. I am proud of you guys for being students for life, because that's what it takes to keep growing and thriving in this industry. And here's the other thing I'll put out there is when we can admit that we're students ongoing. What do you think that does for the people that are following you? What do you think, because I'm going to close it out with this. We're going to wrap it up here soon, but what do you think that does for your team when they realize, and you're this top performer, right? And they realize that you are a student. You admit, you're like, guys, I'm always learning. I'm always a student. What do you think that does for your team? I'm going to pause here for just a second, see if we get any comments here. All right. So, and you might be typing it in now, but here's what I think it does is when you admit to your team that you are a student for life, it gets them to see, number one, you're approachable. All right. You're approachable. You're human. You keep learning. Right? Yes. And I would agree, Natalia, it reignites them. Absolutely. It reignites them to want to several things, right? I'm sure you have ideas on what that is, and it reignites them. And when I think about that, it reignites them to be passionate about what they do. It reignites them to be authentic. It reignites them to want to learn and not be competitive necessarily with, having comparatitis, but understanding that we are all coming in at different levels in this game of network marketing, online entrepreneurship, what have you, and we're always learning. So the more you can, even if it's the same topic, I love to listen to different people talk about the same thing, whether it's lives, podcasts, videos, because I'm always going through the information like, wow, that makes sense. If you saw how my Google Drive is set up, and I've got the spreadsheet, Google Sheet, and how it attaches to all my topics, I keep all my trainings really organized. So like, for example, I took one from Rob Sperry, and he talks about the 9 steps cold to close method. And I go back to that slide like those slides every single time I'm going into a group to engage, because like every so often, because it shows me, like, keeping me accountable to the process, number one. But it's really cool because we're all students, right? And it's organic. It's another organic piece. So if you haven't taken Rob Sperry's 9 steps cold to close method, you might see if you can find that. I don't know if he offers it, but I got in on it for free, and it was absolutely amazing. So, all right. Well, hey, thank you so much for being on here. I appreciate you. Angeline, Natalia, thank you so much for being on. Appreciate you ladies for being on here. And if you hop on here with me next week, I don't have the topic here yet for next week, but as always, I am definitely going to be bringing you a new freebie. Oh, and yeah, I forgot to put up that freebie, the freebie of the week, because we always have one. Well, it was already created, so that's why I forgot about it. But the freebie of the week is your workbook. So let me put that up, which is here. Okay. So the Post-Toe Track Training Challenge is happening right now. This is your workbook. This is your freebie that you get for the week. And you can honestly just go in and Angeline, absolutely, you bet. Happy to provide value as always. And, you can go in and go to, oh my goodness. Yeah, tribenetworkers.com/grow, where you can pick up the workbook. You can go there as well, and it'll have like the links in there for you. Just go on, sign up for that. You'll get an email with that workbook attached. Print it off. Promise you, you will not be disappointed. I put my heart and soul into this thing. It's like 14 pages. 14 pages of awesome, like totally badass goodness for you. All right. So thank you, ladies, for jumping on. I appreciate you. I will see you here on the next Tribe Talk to Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you here next Tuesday, and we'll rock it out. As always, this live is a wrap.